Hi guys, welcome back to another interesting episode of Trash It. I like the crew I have today, okay? We've got Talia on the left or right, I don't know, but she's there somewhere up there. We've got Jude in the other corner, okay? Jude is in this corner, Talia is in this corner. And then we've got Mr. Jabajantix, okay, from the Instagram African Jabajantix page, okay? And then I've got my co-host, the usual Madame Yori. Hello and welcome back to Trash It.
Hello,
guys,
everyone.
The topic that we want to trash today. Again, social media has been blowing up with various trending issues lately, but the one we've picked on to trash today is the one regarding Davido and Lil Frosh, okay? And everybody knows that I absolutely love Davido. It's almost as if he can't do anything wrong in my eye. Talia, I don't know, don't let anything fall inside that aisle, okay? Okay, and it won't be Prada, okay? So I love Davido because I just like him. I like the kind of person he is. I like how he helps people. And, I just like that about Davido anyway. Okay, but that doesn't mean that if he does something that's not right, I will still speak up and still like him at the same time. But anyway, so recently, Davido signed an up-and-coming artist by the name of Lil Frosh, okay? Lil Frosh is up and coming and, he's got talents. We can't deny that. And Davido signed him because Davido would work with people that has talent and help to bring them up. Okay. However, he was signed on the 26th of September, if I'm correct. And unfortunately, a few days later, on the 6th of October, Davido released a statement. His record company released a statement saying that the contract that was issued, so Lil Frosh on the 26th has now been terminated because Lil Frosh allegedly beat up his girlfriend. Okay, so a lot of people were like, wow, kudos to Davido, his record label is on point because this domestic violence issue needs to be stopped. It can't be tolerated at all. Okay, but then as I was scrolling through social media, I saw on another page, on the comment section, some people were saying, Davido took it too far now. He shouldn't have terminated this boy's contract. This boy is just 19 years old. He should have mentored the boy. He should have helped the boy, So now what we want to trash today, we all know about domestic violence. And this platform, if you know us, we always talk about domestic violence and we have zero tolerance towards domestic violence. Am I right, everyone? We do, don't we? Okay. So now the question is, what we want to discuss now is, did Davido do wrong terminating that boy's contract? Okay, did he do wrong? Should he have left the contract on and mentored the boy, or did he do right by making the boy the scapegoat of the situation? Talia, let me come to you. What do you think? Did Davido do right or did he do wrong?
I mean, for once, I actually agree with something that Davido has done. Terminating the boy's contract was definitely the right way for his business and for his outlook, his general outlook. Nobody wants to be seen as somebody who's condoning domestic violence. I can see where people are coming from to say he should have mentored the boy, but then again, does Davido himself, is he that well grounded to mentor anybody? I don't know. I'll leave that for Nigerian public to decide that. So he definitely did. There was no two ways about it. You messed up. There has to be consequences after
you get caught.
And unfortunately for him, it meant that it ended maybe what would have been a good career. Someone else might still think that he's got potential and give him a chance. But I think there has to be a plausible reaction to this action, and that was terminating this contract. I agree with that. Absolutely.
Okay, good. Jude, let me come to you. What do you think? Do you think Davido did the right thing, or should he have mentored this boy?
Nothing is absolutely right anyway, in the sense of being right and wrong. I think what he did is very unusual in Black Africa and Nigeria. So I applaud him. I commend him a lot. I think he's done the right thing by his business, though. He's got a brand. He's building his brand. Mm-hmm. He's got a worldwide brand now. OVO or OBO, I don't know what they call it.
OBO.
Just imagine, for one reason, that brand was already listed in the New York Stock Exchange or London Stock Exchange. The fact that Lil Frosh did what he did would have dropped a lot of shares in value. Mm-hmm. And the single act that Davido took later effectively, would have just increased the value of his shares. So business-minded, he did the very, very right thing. Talking about mentoring, we don't have any mentoring scheme. How do you mentor someone when you yourself, you've not even been mentored? So like tell you, say, we'll leave that for the Nigerian public to discuss. I don't think there's any way he could have mentored the guy. Yes, there's always gives one the second chance, but I think what he's done is very, very right in the sense that it points to the other organizations we have in the country to say, look, this is how you do it. You nip it in the bud instead of it dragging. I'm referring to the Nigerian House of Senate.
They're domestic violence in themselves.
Abo and Dino Melaye have promoted that kind of behavior. These are grown-up people, and they've not been able to take a proper responsibility. And now we have a young man who's got so much to achieve still. He's a very, very young man, and he's taking this drastic action. I think for that regards, I have to commend him. He's done very well.
So do we say Davido for president, or we're not there yet?
I don't want to. President is a different.
I didn't ask you, Talia. I didn't ask you, Yori. It's Jude. I'm asking.
I beg you.
Okay.
Never say never. Never say never.
Exactly. Never say never.
The guy is a good guy. I don't know what it is. I like to hear his voice. I don't follow Nigerian music like that, but him, I like to hear his voice. I don't know what he's singing most of the time when he's singing Yoruba. I don't understand the Yoruba language. I like that guy. There's something about his character, his attitude, his honesty, his realness in the street. About it.
Whatever you and Celia are smoking, I don't know.
Listen, there's a lot of Davido haters in this panel. In short, Jude, what should I do? Should I just remove them from this meeting?
Yeah. Let the rest of us continue.
Okay. In short, I'm even afraid of what's going to come out of Yori's mouth. So, Mr. Jambadatis, let me come to you first. What do you think?
Oh, well, thank you for the opportunity once again. From my own point of view, it's a bit tricky because dishing out a punishment, yes, 150% right. Is that the best punishment for the boy? To me, no. The boy, how old is this boy we're talking about?
19, yeah.
How old is the girl? Teenager as well. Were they living together at the time of the problem? Is it really something that is domestic? You know, so if he was in his 20s, in maybe 24, 27 or something, and gets fired, I'll be the first person to drum the drum. Yes, but a 19-year-old boy, what does he know yet? You know, it's like saying, oh, somebody should pass judgment to Davido for jumping from one girl to another, giving that belly to another girl, giving another girl belly, and giving another girl belly.
I'm going to off your mic. I'm going to mute you right now. I'm muting you. What's all this?
Who gets to crucify him for that? So all of us, we're not right, we're not wrong. All of us, we need education. All of us have failed in one way or the other. We have failed either our women or parents or something. They still haven't disowned us. See, domestic violence is a very critical issue. If somebody touches my sister, we now serious war, serious war. But we have to understand that this boy is just 19. What does he have in his head?
But Mr. Jagba, let me say something. You're saying the boy is just 19, but other people would argue that a 19-year-old that knows how to have sex, a 19-year-old that can camp a girl in his house and say, yes, this is my girlfriend.
Okay.
He should be held accountable to most of his actions, really. That's how I see it.
Of course. But is that the best accountability? No. There are so many ways you could have punished the boy. Okay, you're on suspension. I'm giving your slot to somebody else for the next 6 months. You know, you don't have to fire him.
No, but
there are so many ways.
This way now, he's 19, yes, quite right. And it's quite a very big punishment. He would think twice before he even hits an ant in the future. When you know
career is gone.
His career is gone. But you know what? Yeah, his career might not be necessarily gone. He can still sing. He still has followers. He still has fans. So he can still release his own album independent of Davido. Okay, so yes, his career is gone with Davido. It doesn't mean that somebody else is not going to sign him. And I think this should be a lesson as well to other artists out there that think they can just treat women anyhow. You see the women on their video, they'll be slapping their ass, especially that Naira Marley. If you go on his what's it called? On his Instagram story, I don't know, all these women, they're stupid. They keep sending him bomb and wop and down your face. Yori, I beg, dog. I don't tire.
You see, The thing about it is that I would answer your question,
No,
Celia,
answer my
but let me go to Jude. Just because Davido is a good person doesn't mean he's good for governance. So don't get it
No, I
wrong.
never said it was good for
No,
president.
you said you wanted him to contest. Please,
I said,
please.
never say
Being
never.
a good person does not mean you're going to be good for governance.
Exactly,
Now, let's go back to the issue at hand. You see, this is where village people come and attack you. He signed contracts on the 26th. By the 4th, these village people are coming, and by the 6th. But I don't have a problem. I'm actually, the punishments is actually in merit to what he has done. There should be a consequence for an action.
Definitely.
God help Little Frosh or Big Frosh, Teen Frosh, get another contract that he values what the guy did not value what he had. He felt that, well, I am above law. I can do whatever I've done. Now I'm happy that obviously he's lost his contract. That would make him think, and that would be as well check and balance to anybody that is in a situation. OBO has a brand. Other people are looking at him. Universal Studios, EME, all those big artists are looking at him. And one wrong move could tarnish his own business opportunities. So for me, it was a chess, and he went for the best option that he could do. And his business and his brand matters to him. Now, did he do the right thing by not just employing someone to mentor the guy? Then that's another question. You can terminate the contract, at the same time help him.
But we don't know if that's going on the ground. We don't
know if that is going on, which I would think OBO happens to be. Well, I wouldn't know. OBO has people around him that are very, very sensible. He's got Efe, he's got Mr. Madi. Those are people that walk around and behind the scenes with him. So they might be working with other organizations to mentor this young man. But what I am happy for as a platform and as a human being and as a mother is that there's a stand. And that stand was that you do something, you lose what's most important, because that was what was most important to Lil Frosh.
Yeah.
The young lady that even was living, I need to know who her parents are.
Yes.
How can they camp you?
Those are the questions I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How old are you that they are camping?
They are camping.
The camper, the campy. The camper, the campy. They are just children. So who are they being camped?
Look, if I just jump in before.
That's why I said, how is it domestic violence?
It is domestic.
It is.
Because it is.
So they're living together.
If I just jump in quick, let's not be naive about what's happening in Nigeria. Look, when I was there, and even now, I was just talking to somebody on the phone yesterday, and he said Jude is gone worse. With the advent of our so-called hip-hop, sex has just become a commodity. When I was in Nigeria, look, you have to make your own conscious stand to say, I don't want to be part of this. Someone has told me before, he traveled back home, and he was sat in the backyard of where he was living, and a young lady approached him. And the young lady said, my mama said, make I come greet you. And he started talking. He said the way he described the young lady, very hot, everything, she get up. When he dug deeper and said, how old you be? The young lady said, I'll be 13. The guy screamed. Said, God, what? I bet go back to your mama. Dash her money, may it go. I've been saying this before. People want to say it doesn't happen. It does happen. Mothers send parents, let me just blame it on mothers. Parents send their child to go hook up with these guys because of poverty. These things happen. They still happen. I saw the girl. She was so young. I was like, obviously she has parents. They allow her to go stay with Lil Frosh. These guys use drugs and you allow her to be in that scene. So come on. There's that problem, and that's poverty. They're telling me now it's bad in Nigeria. Look, I don't want to break any table here. If I break table here, my guys go break my head. That's what I would say.
Break table, Jude, break table.
No.
Break table.
What I would say, and it's been on my heart to say it, and it might not be anything to the people back in Nigeria, but yeah, they might be breaking law. Are guys being pedophiles when they go back home for visits? It's a big question. I've heard stories. These guys go. I'm talking of grown-up people from 36 to 40-something, very happy to go back home just so they can sleep with 16, 14, 15 years old girls. Now their things stand. If you see how it stand, then you go run self. Look, since I left Nigeria, I haven't been. So anybody can check me out whether I don't do these things. I haven't been. I hear these things, and I keep asking myself, does this border on pedophilia? It is what it is.
It does.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is.
So this is what is happening. You already touched on something about David. Oh no, it was Mr. Jagbajanti is moving from one woman to another. That is moral. There's no law against marrying or going out with so many girls. That is a moral decadence. That's moral something. So we can't really judge that because none of us is perfect. Then when we talk about DV, that's not criminal. If we have a law for it, I want to believe that we have a law. And when you talk about adults sleeping with younger, the opposite sex of the younger person, that's criminal as well. But these things are happening, and this is what you see. That's why I'm so happy, whether right decision or not, that he did it, because he's sending a statement.
Of course.
Look, this is how it should be done.
Jude, sorry to cut you in there. Let me just say something. I know a lot of people might not like Davido, but do you know what? What Davido did it takes guts to do. You remember that senator who beat up a girl in a sex toy shop? Yes. What happened to him?
Nothing.
Nothing happened to him.
His contract, his appointment was not terminated. No. He continued, and I'm sure he's still a senator now. You understand? So really and truly, anybody out there that is blaming Davido for what he did, they're the problems we have in Nigeria.
They are part of the problem.
So to add to that, I don't want you guys to get me wrong. As Davido dished out a punishment, I said it is 150% right thing to do. But are there other ways he could have meted out his judgment?
Of course.
Obviously, yes.
Of course.
My own point is, terminating his career is not the best way. He's just 19. He could have been regroomed.
As Yuri said, sorry, Talia, one moment. As Yuri, you mentioned it just now. His contract can be terminated because that drives a message home that he will hopefully never do that again. And then he can be being mentored in the at the side. It doesn't mean he still has to have that contract. And the funny thing is, when I look at the way all these Nigerian artists are coming up, all these up and coming artists, when I look at the way they're coming up, I don't feel Lil Frosh has remorse at all. If he had remorse, he should have put something up on his Instagram or Twitter page by now and said, I regret my action. Following what Davido did. But that boy, a 19-year-old boy, does not have remorse that he beat up another woman's child to stoop. Look at the girl's face. So this is what we're saying. These children, our youth are meant to be the leaders of tomorrow. If a 19-year-old boy does not even have remorse for what he did. Now imagine that boy when he grows up tomorrow and he's a senator or something. He's going to do exactly what's going on now. He's not going to give a toss about the citizens of the country. So yes, he deserves what he got.
Do you know why? Because the society is messed up. Who is going to give him that training? Where were they when he was hammering a woman in the house?
He has parents. He has parents.
This guy is gonna blame women now, saying, "Oh, they ruined my career."
No, he should blame himself. If he wants to blame women, the first woman he needs to blame is his mother. Okay?
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, the first woman he should blame is his mother. If he wants to blame women.
Where was the mother when he was harboring another young girl, probably under 19, maybe 17 or 18?
Let me come in a bit, because what we need to understand is that they have a frat house. So I don't think Lil Frosh was living at home. They have a frat house where all of them moved to. But let's forget that for 2 seconds. The tide is changing. And if change is going to happen in every sphere of what we're complaining about in Nigeria, some heads will roll. Is Little's head, I believe, Big Frosh or Ed Frosh, is his head now that we're going to use to change the situation. That's how we change the narrative. This has to change. Because one thing you have to understand is that it's not just Lil Frosh. It can be, has anyone been to Balogun markets? Do you see how these stupid traders will be pulling your breast, come and buy clothes? They'll touch you anyhow. Because they feel they can do that. So if this can send a message home, they listen to music. You don't hear about Lil Frosh. You touch person anyhow, consequence don't do. That's how things change. It's a snowballing effect, and it will reach every corner. Rome wasn't built in a day. Morality compass in Nigeria is warped. Look, I agree with what Jude was saying. Back in Nigeria, when I had my first degree in Nigeria, my boyfriend was probably maybe year 3 when I was in year 2. We were in the same level. A university guy cannot date his colleague. They have to go down to secondary school level, because they can only take care of them with recharge card and meat pie. It's true. All the girls in their level are aiming for their ancestors' iPhone Pro Max. That's, you see where the issue is. We need I don't know what to say. There's so many decay that we need to fix, and that singular action that Davido did corrected so many wrongs. It might not fix every problem that we have, but it sets a standard. You know, say things will happen for you if you misbehave.
Talia, you've been wanting to say something, yes?
I just want to ask Mr. Jambadante, so what do you think the appropriate consequence for that action would have been? Because I'm so baffled that you think he didn't need to be sacked. That's the only thing that will send a message. And to be honest, God forgive me, he's an animal. He still has no remorse. You've been sacked. They've stripped you off your future money bag, and you're still not coming out to say sorry for my actions. That tells me that you're an animal. And the only way to treat an animal is to do what?
To answer your question,
send them to the slaughterhouse.
To answer your question, I've seen Davido arrest people, right? I've seen him arrest some girls that tried to tarnish his image. Girls were making stupid skits saying, oh, he protected them, this and that. Let them lock the boy up. You know, let them lock him up. Let it go viral. You have all the resources. You know, let them lock him up. This is Nigeria we're talking about now. Let them show him Pepe. He will come to the internet. You will tell him, now get on the internet, go and apologize. Because I have a brand, I don't want you to dent my image. What you have done calls for punishment. You know, look at this. Let me just finish. Let me finish. Look at that woman. There is an actress who made a comment online when Davido liked the son's picture. The guy that sang of Lele of Lagos. Imagine how big that guy is now. That is the kind of opportunity that has been taken away from this boy. This boy could have learned his lessons by being locked up for a few days in the police station. You know, it is possible.
Mr. Jabajantis, this boy, even with the termination of his contract, he still hasn't learned his lesson. If that boy was your son,
you don't know that.
He hasn't.
You don't know.
Let me tell you, no, Mr. Jabajantis, let me tell you something. If that boy was your son, right? If that boy was your son, I'm sure you can have a child that is up to 19 years old, right? Okay, two started ending. But if that boy was your son, for example, and you see what Davido did to him, would you not ask him? I mean, knowing you, would you not ask him already to tender a public apology to that girl?
Of course. That is why I said, where are the parents?
Exactly. Okay, so now let's even forget, say the parents did not encourage him to do that. Does the boy not have enough sense to do that by himself? So if you have sense as a 19-year-old to camp a girl in the house, to shag a girl, okay, and then to have a record deal because he signed the contract. So you must have read your contract and signed it. So you have some level of understanding. So you're trying to tell me that your competence level is not high enough for you to say, actually, reflect on what you've done and say, what I did is wrong. I need to tender a public apology. When you know that social media is slandering you. Nah, man, that boy is not remorseful. He would have gone, even though he went to Kirikiri or wherever he went to, and he still had that contract, he will still come and say, yes, I did the thing and I served the time and I'm back.
Okay. What if it is the same label or a lawyer that is telling him, don't issue a statement yet?
You know what? Can I just come in?
Yeah,
that would be a very stupid lawyer.
Very stupid.
One thing is that maybe the example I'm about to use.
Not to issue a statement too.
Yeah, but
the band is the band. Hello.
Who knows Lil Frosh?
The band is the band.
Let me say something. What I'm trying to use as comparison might be too large. Look at Chris Brown and Rihanna. Chris Brown was 19 too or thereabouts. He was a younger person as well. And there was a lot of cancel culture. And this guy put in the work. I'm not saying he's the best thing that's happened since sliced bread, but you could see that he was remorseful.
Well, even till today.
Even till tomorrow. Not even today. When he would talk tomorrow, he would still talk about it. Yeah. It's a learning curve for him never to let that happen ever again. Lil Frosh, I don't see that in him. He does not even think.
No, he will do it. It's too early to judge.
He said, oh, they should have taken him to the police station, blah, blah, blah. You forget something. Our police does not even recognize domestic violence.
No.
So please, where is this guy going to meet any police officer that would encourage him to even think about what he's done wrong? The moral compass is already broken. There's not even moral compass. So the
Nigeria is a
resources,
jungle, though.
that's
All
what
these
I'm
things you
saying.
are
But
asking
you see,
for, they don't
out
have it
of
in
that
Nigeria.
jungle,
Yes,
hold on.
Since they don't have it,
Sorry, Celia,
Davido
hold on.
delivered.
Out of this jungle, we've got 5 brilliant minds here. All us, we came out from that jungle. And are you telling me in that jungle we don't have people that have common sense?
Of course.
No.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
So
But
Lil Frosh,
we're ignoring
Frosh,
age. We're
undiscovered
ignoring
Frosh,
maturity.
cancelled Frosh would now know there is consequences for my action. That's the least we could ask for our daughters. The fear that if you touch my daughter, the wound will kill you, will make you think twice.
She just said, "Oh, go kill you."
Well, now, because seriously, it's true. If someone thinks, well, I touch Yori's daughter, something will happen to me, they will think twice.
Of
Okay,
Jude.
so why don't we use the same energy when we see girls slapping boys, beating boys out there in the same Nigeria?
No, Mr. Jabajanti, let me say, domestic violence, whether it's man to woman, woman to man, is not tolerated at all.
Even animal to animal. I don't like dogs beating cats.
It's not tolerated at all, okay? If we see a video or if it comes to light that a woman is being abusive towards her husband or her boyfriend, we will trash it because it's not acceptable at all. Jude, let me come to you. I know you've been trying to talk.
I'm happy about that.
Absolutely.
I'm happy about that. But all I'm saying is that boy is 19. He doesn't know anything in his head. Forget contract, too. Forget.
He's
forget.
Yes. Sorry, I know Jude.
I understand what you're saying.
Hold on. I know Jude wants to
let
talk.
me land
Can I
now.
ask a question? Hold on. 19. There are people that have been on doing numerous things at 19. Did Mark Zuckerberg not discover Facebook at 19?
Okay, Yori, let Mr. Jabajantis land, please.
Let me land. You see, when you bring a 19-year-old from Nigeria and you bring a 19-year-old from UK together, you can't compare them. You can't. I'm coming. Just let me land. When you take your child to Nigeria to do holiday and your child is looking at an uncle, you just used the toilet, you did not flush it. That's silly. Uncle will say, don't worry, I will do it. Let a Nigerian child do the same. You have to understand the culture. Those are two environments. A child in UK has the exposure to the right information from primary school. The behavior is different. A Nigerian child does not even understand how to write a report at university level. And you see a primary school student in UK writing a report about an animal. This is the ovulation period. This is this, this is that. A graduate in Nigeria cannot do it. So you have to first understand that these people, they don't have what kids in this part of the world have. In UK, kids of 13, 14, they're telling their parents, my boyfriend, my this, my that. It is not necessarily because they're going to mess up. They won't go and mess up. They express themselves to their parents. They communicate with their parents. In Nigeria, it's not the same.
I understand what you're just saying, but I feel like you're speaking from the experience of when you were in Nigeria. At the moment now in Nigeria, there's internet everywhere. Kids have access to everything, and my 10-year-old cousin in Nigeria has a phone and he uses the internet. So I cannot now say that he's exposed to all these things. So I cannot now say that my 10-year-old cousin in Nigeria and my 10-year-old cousin abroad are of different spectrum. I might not give them, exactly the same thing to do, but trust me, the one from Nigeria is coming right behind the one here. So I think you're looking
They're not learning. They're using their internet for something else. Jude has said it before. When you see a Nigerian use internet, they are not studying, It's either they are on Pornhub or they are attacking somebody online.
Oh, yeah, on Instagram. But surely you see things on Instagram that will educate you, that will expose you as well. That 19-year-old that you're talking about, I understand what you're saying, that, he might not have the same capability as a 19-year-old in the UK. But when I was in Nigeria as a 13-year-old, I had morals that I kept to this day.
Thank you.
But trust me, there are people that...
You know why you have the morals? Background. What background is Little Cash from?
Okay.
Ask that question.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Jude. Jude, sorry, I know we've kept you quiet for a while. Oh yeah, come through.
That's fine. I think I understand what Mr. Jagwajati is trying to talk. He's talking about the nature, nurture, nature,
culture, morals, upbringing.
Upbringing. Because I get that. Like Talia said, she grew up in Nigeria. I left Nigeria when I was 25. Bro, I had it proper rough. I know they had my own. I mean, proper rough. The first time I slept on a bed was when I was 23, and I left that country when I was 25. So you can see the level of my poverty at some times. I've been hungry for days. We don't know where food will come next. So I grew up, and even up to 25, I didn't own my own pair of shoes. The first shoe I probably bought was the one they buy to travel abroad. So, bro, I know they hide down. People go check this out. And I know it's in poverty. I was always working, but I was at a young adult who had conscience, and I was conscious of things. I would work. I would go clear grasses, dig holes, and all of that to carry refuse, and I'll bring the money home, give my mom some, and I'll share with my brothers, and we will drink beer. I never smoked weed in my life. I wish I did, because now I'm craving it, because people keep telling me about it. Yeah, I'm looking like I should think of my bucket list. So you see, I grew up in that same system. Lil Frosh grew up. When they say I grew up on the street, I didn't grow up on the street. Thank goodness, we still had roof over our head, like almost all of them did. I knew in Lagos, a lot of people grew up under the bridge, but what I'm trying to say, because of all of that, we must not continue to advocate things that they continue to do. Yes, when Davido arrested those girls, we questioned it. He shouldn't have done it. We are questioning all of that attitude, because that's what has led to SARS. So asking Davido to have arrested this boy, he could not have done it. Lil Frosh is a celebrity, whether I would like it or not. Those police would not touch him. Davido was able to arrest without, because they were celebrities. I think in the current situation, current climate where we are in Nigeria, what he did, that drastic action he took, not just for his own brand, is rich enough to not feel the pressure from the earnings he will get. Anyway, he did it, but it's good to send a statement to the Nigerian establishment to say, look, we can do it.
In the UK, will the police not be involved in that kind of case?
The police will only be involved when someone reports it. If no one reports it, police won't be involved. That's how it operates. Even when they've reported it, the same woman will still tell the police, I didn't tell you this, so you see what I mean? Nigeria police, whether you report or not, Lil Frosh is a celebrity. That girl would not have been able to report it. Nobody would have believed that. The level of poverty, we don't know that she's in. Going back to our parents will say, I beg, leave that matter. Not be honorary beat you. Brother, I don't see a lot.
And the thing is, this is not the first time it's happened between the two of them. It's not the first time. And what I think the lucky thing for her was her friend was involved. Okay, so it was her friend that sort of spoke out and said no, because Lil Frosh started to speak to her anyhow as well. And she was like, no, I'm not your girlfriend that you beat up. You're not going to speak to me like that. And then she took it up. But the thing is, the sad thing about this story is, other girls are going to go and date Lil Frosh knowing that he's they'll go and date him.
There is an opening. So what else? You need to fill the void.
Yeah, they will go and date him, because at the end of the day, okay, if he beats, because there are some women out there that think beating is a way of caring, right?
Yeah, sign of love.
Yes.
He's correcting me.
I understand, Mr. Jagbadanchis. I understand your frustration a lot, but there are no other options for Davido because there are no established organizations who Davido could have referred him to say, go for this DV training for 8 months and come out of it and let the world know you've done it. We don't have that in Nigeria now, but it's just open up an avenue. We can go put that there, but that is not there. So the only way you hammer in Nigerian is by force, because we do things by force. You hammer it by force.
We learn by force.
That's the language we understood.
I think the issue is the conditioning. This is how we learn.
It is what it is.
It is how we learn.
Of course, we will change, but that's how we are now.
It's not just the boy self that needs reorientation, the girl. Because I didn't even know, she didn't even want to report it. It was a friend that had a moral compass that was used to not being beaten at home that felt, why you can't be taking this nonsense now. This girl has been chopping her beating since 1962 and she's happy. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's the way, and it's sad, the way the kids grows up. Exactly. I want to know what happened in their own household as well. Maybe our mom is receiving beating left, right, and center. And this girl has conditioned herself that since they beat us, my mom at home, Lil Frosh is showing me love by beating me.
Anyway, go on, Mr. Jaguar.
Something is wrong with that our society. A lot is wrong there. A lot.
A lot.
You go and beat my daughter.
About morals. my head when we're talking about morals. I'm not even gonna. It's not like Davido has the greatest moral in my book anyway. I mean, I don't see him on any moral compass, but I just really feel like for this that he has done, he has definitely shown, you know, people that domestic violence is not okay. I mean, there was a time that he himself was accused of beating up his baby mama that he lives with. But and in all of this, I think this for me, I'm kind of looking at it from the business point of view, and I'm seeing it for him. It was strictly business, and I don't blame him for taking that stance. It's strictly business, and it's also sending a message out to the public that, you know what, I didn't beat my baby mama, even if he did. We don't know, but I did not beat my baby mama, and I'm not going to condone anybody beating anybody. For him, it's not really the moral. Let's not even attach Davido and put more. I don't think he has any, but I think for him, it was a statement that he made, and I'm happy with that statement. That's going to teach anybody that if you hit a girl,
there are consequences.
Or you hit a boy. Anyone.
Well, when you hit a boy or girl, a man or a woman, there are consequences. And Talia, just going back to what you said about him not, you know, moral compass or whatnot. Davido is a very good father, okay? Davido is a very good father to his children. It's unfortunate that, sorry?
Yes, of course.
Okay? It's unfortunate because at the end of the day, we need to look at ourselves as women, okay? We are saying, oh, Davido, you sleeping, jumping from one woman to another. Did he rape them? They opened their legs. Why did they open their legs? Because he's a celebrity.
Now money.
Exactly. Do you understand? So sorry, at the end of the day, if a woman is going to open her leg for Davido or any other celebrity because they just want to have a child for him and trap him with child support for the rest of his life, then it's not Davido's, that's not Davido's problem. It's their problem. If Davido approaches them and they refuse to open leg, then what? He will have no choice but to stick to the one he has.
Enough, he wouldn't be even if a woman open leg said can't take, he would walk away. And
I beg. Talia.
All these baby mamas, he's been in relationships. So if he had some sort of moral compass, if somebody open leg, say I can't take, or you go
Talia,
say
married men that cheat on their wives and that are home, and then it's Davido that does not have any wife that you want to say, oh, don't close your this thing. Not like that's the story.
The whole thing about moral compass is regarding all our musicians. Absolutely. They tend to have different baby mamas. We had it with Two-Face, we had it with Nice, we had it with
Whiskey.
That
man does not even look after his children.
I don't know about that, though. But what I'm just trying to say is that Juju, I don't know about that. But what I'm trying to say is that as musicians, they're the beacon, they're the light at times that people that are living in abject poverty see. And it's what you give out that the hood will copy. So what Davido has done single-handedly probably will change the mindset of people in Mushi with Ajegule, that their women might not have the opportunity to come on platform and say, well, you washed my face. And they'll be like, you know, OBO, because he has a cult following. OBO not like me person beast woman. He has solved a lot of problems.
Absolutely.
Even if it's from a business standpoint. So that is it for me. I know Celia is one person that if I want her to babysit Renee for me and I want to travel out of this country for 7 years, all I have to just give her tickets for OBO. It will work. But I personally don't dig the guy. I don't see him, no disrespect. I don't even see what he sings.
Okay.
That's another.
Your ear is for all those kind of Ebenezer Obey song, all right? Yes. Don't get me wrong, I love Ebenezer Obey as well. But I just love Davido, and as Jude said, it's just his voice. And this love and thing I have for Davido is not
which voice.
You guys will not understand. And to be honest with you, when I say I love Davido, it's nothing sexual at all.
No,
okay?
no, we know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it for people out there. It's nothing sexual. It's just I just like him. I just like the way he sings. I just like everything about him. One thing I really like about him is the way he helps people. It's the way he carries people. Yeah. Remo, Peruzzi, Mayo Kun, the way he helps people, the way he carries people. That's what I love about him, because he's not the kind of person that he's there and he wants you people to remain under. No, he wants you to come to his level. If you pass and say, well done, you understand? That's the kind of person I see. If you like, let him become Abraham and have children around the surface of the earth. As long as he can look after them.
I think the thing you vibe with is because of your character. You're that kind of person. That's always like, oh, I'm here. I want everyone to be here and eat on this table. That's what you like. That song, not like his song, because guy knows how this song.
I love his songs. I love his songs. I love his songs. I love his songs. Do you understand? Let me just put it out there. But the thing is, with regards to now that Davido has done this, and I think most of us on this panel, apart from Mr. Jabba, I mean, you kind of agree with what he's done, but you would like him to do a bit more, isn't it, Mr. Jabba Jantix? You would like him to do a bit more.
I like the fact that he punished him, but I just think that way, think the punishment is too big.
Okay.
You know, it's like taking a gun to wrestling. That's the way I see it.
Of course. Wrestling, you're supposed to kill some people for wrestling.
You know, of course. Does it need to do that? Of course, it needs to punish him. There are so many other artists there that we have not mentioned that are even worse. They're worse, as in the way they treat their girls. If 40 slap here and there. There are many adults, like proper 20-something, 30-something grown men, you know. But I just think this boy, it's like, oh, mommy, Akin stole 50 naira from your purse. And then because of that, we're sending him to somewhere for them to go and tie him to the pole. That's the way I see it. I just think the punishment is too big for that small boy to make him be the scapegoat. There are older boys out there that needs this punishment. Nobody paid attention to it.
Yeah. Mr. Jabin, I completely agree with what you're saying. As Yori said earlier, somebody would have to bear the cross. And unfortunately, Lil Frosh did. Now, don't forget, Lil Frosh is up and coming, okay? Now, I'm sure these people you're mentioning, they've already come, okay? They've already come. Look at Cubana Chief Priest. A few months ago, he beat up a girl in their restaurant or whatever. What happened? Nothing. Because he doesn't need any validation from anybody. He's made his money, okay? And he has it there. So some of us, if Two-Face, I don't know, I'm not saying he did or he has, or Burna Boy. If Burna Boy should beat his girlfriend or whatever, or Two-Face beats his girlfriend, or Whiskey does that, he does not, nobody's going to come and terminate their contract. Okay, yes, maybe all those their endorsement deals might be taken away from them, but then his music will continue because he's not reliant on any music label. But with little artists like Lil Frosh that's reliant on music labels, then they need to be checked because this is the new generation of artists that are coming. Davido needs to set a precedent that domestic violence is not acceptable. And I suppose what else Davido can do, okay, is maybe in his music, he needs to sing about this. He needs to sing because people listen to songs and people are very taken by it with what they see. So maybe it's time for artists in Nigeria to do a song, or Davido, he needs to do a song and let them sing about domestic violence and act it out, because then maybe those other people can start to realize what's going on. And another thing is the way women are commonized in all these artists' videos. It's ridiculous. I was saying it just now. Naira Marley. I like Naira Marley. I'm not a Malian, okay? I'm not a Malian, but I just like Naira Marley. I like some of his songs, right? And I went on his Instagram status. What did I not see there? Small nyash, bigger nyash. All sorts of nyash. Do you understand? They were just there. And it was from one Instagram story to the other. And I'm like, oh my God, it's okay. Do you understand? So if women themselves can record a video of themselves twerking or shaking their bum and send to Naira Marley, now how do you expect men to take them seriously? So again, Nigerian artists, the singers, please, when you use our women in your video, show some respect. Show some respect. You don't have to, they don't have to be naked. Okay, I watched Davido's video, and yes, the girls were wearing I don't know what they call that thing, but they were decent. They were decent to an extent. That's what I would say. And most of Davido's videos, when you watch it, go and watch most of Davido's videos. Out of 100 of them, maybe you will come up with a handful to say, oh, okay, yes, the girls were inappropriately dressed. But most of them, the girls are well dressed to an extent. Compare it to Naira Marley's video, compare it to Zlatan's video, and the rest. You will see what I'm talking about. Do you understand? So, I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything else
They will
to
come
add.
and attack you for this thing. No? They're coming to attack you for this.
I really don't care.
You're naked. Is he you're naked?
Okay.
There are a lot of attacks I've received for this kind of talk.
It's unfortunate. You see, the thing about it is, in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, we were able to take the good people out. So we've said our piece, and we will continue to say our piece, because the thing about it is that you can't expect sense when there's nonsense.
Exactly.
It's just, there's no two way about it. There's no sense in, you can't expect sense when there's nonsense. So I don't know why we got lost in not giving up tasteful music. Is it not just to hear the blah, do, blah, 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 blah? Why do we need those erotic visuals? I don't see the need for it.
I think it's not just Nigeria. It's been coming
the
for
industry.
a long time from the American hip hop industry, where the producers actually came together and said, "This is what we'll be sponsoring. We'll be sponsoring musicians like Quavo, Migos, Lil Wayne, Future, all of those people." They left the guys behind, like Black Thought, guys who would write lyrics. You could actually read the story from their lyrics. They left them behind and started putting money on these other people who just come and shout Gucci Bang, or call their mama B word, call their brothers N word, kill, drugs, use lane. That's when it started. And there's a correlation with that and the morals, the moral decadence in the Black community in America. And it actually led to this so-called one family, whatever, in America. Coming to Nigeria, we know ourselves, man. We like to copycat. There were people, before this current crop of musicians, we had musicians who called themselves Small Tupac, Big Two-Face, Big this. We were copycats until now we have the originality. The same thing. When you hear, we have people like Brimo. We have people like
Brimo is fantastic.
We have Asha, we have Ineka. How many of, when I call Asha and Ineka, most people say we don't know them, but they know Mali. So Mali is tapping into what he knows will give him the douche. Quick. So they will do that. People like Mali, people like Techno, Whiskey, they will want to do that. They're feeding into a cycle of commodifying women. On African Jabojanti's page, I actually got some fans from him. When he put something there and I challenged and said, look at our women. If you knew how they were, I don't know if you guys know Sarah Batman, the big woman from Africa they took to Europe.
Oh, yeah.
And I then said, they did this to our sister. And now you're freely giving it away. I was slaughtered on Mr. Jabojanti's page. Few guys, and I started to apologize. I said, someone said, who are you to tell us how to do our body? Who be this? They started cursing me. I went to each of them and apologized to them. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean this. I didn't mean to control you, tell you how you use your body. And some guys came to me on my DM and said, Jesus, the way you were apologizing, are you sure you're from Nigeria? I said, I don't want fight.
I saw that one. I saw it.
Celia, you're barking at the wrong tree. Celia is barking at the wrong tree because the same women you're trying to protect, they'll be the ones that will come for you.
That is what I'm saying.
Simple as that.
Well, at the end of the day, they can come for me all they want. I said what I said and I stand by what I said, and that's it. If they like, let them come for me.
2 snaps.
You guys know Black Chat.
I said what I said.
Black Chat's London. You know Black Chat.
Yeah, Black Chat.
Yeah. There was this girl, the short one that went and did surgery front and back and stuff and this. And there was something I posted. I said, no matter what you look like, we still love you the same way. You don't have to go through this stress to gain attention, blah, blah, blah. She didn't understand the message. The way she attacked me here.
You shouldn't have gone there.
Somebody very close to my missus with 3 kids. The story was all over the place about 3 weeks ago. She went to Turkey. We went to Greece. She went to Turkey. Didn't know she was going for surgery. We thought she was going for holiday. She didn't come back. She did not come back. You know, I'm not saying people should not do their body the way they want. But please, life too sweet. If we're fighting for you, you too fight for yourself. We're saying it's not good the way you commodify yourself. You turn yourself into commodity. You're the sex idol inside every music video. Before you drop that word, the way they will attack you, is it you're naked? Is my body my goals? I'm a nudist. I'm this, I'm that. If a boy can take off his shirt. I can take off my shirt too. You
Imagine
don't have to
that,
take off my dress.
Now.
You know, so how do we win? How do we win?
Talia, sorry, we didn't hear you there.
All this is confidence. You know, if you feel that you need people to validate that your body is sexy, you clearly don't have confidence. Because as for me, I don't care what I look like.
God bless you. Oh, are you married? Are you single?
She's married with
She's
2
married.
children.
No
I'm
show.
asking for my brother.
I'm being married for a long time.
Okay.
11 years.
Okay.
Same here, same here.
Why would you want to come and twerk? Twerk for who? I'd rather talk for my husband in the house.
Just go and watch Naira Marley's Instagram status. Go and watch
You know
it. You
what?
will see. You will see. Gallop Bombo.
Celia, you know, I can't see normally. I can't afford to be wasting the little eyes I have to be watching
Honestly, honestly. Anyway, guys, let's end it because we can go on and on and on. Okay, so I mean, at the end of the day, I think Davido did the right thing, and I'm sure Lil Frosh, wherever you are, if you're listening to this, we don't hate you. We just don't like what you did, and we think your girlfriend deserves a public apology. Okay, you need to make things right because people are looking up to you. You are a celebrity, however you might look at it, and you have your following. Okay, so people are looking up to you. What sort of example do you want to set for people? You're an adult, you're 19, so you need to take responsibility for your actions. You're having sex, aren't you? You have your own place. You're accompanying a girl in your house. So, bro, you know, you should be old enough to take responsibilities for these things and know that a girl is not there for you to beat up. If she was your sister, what would you do? Sure, you would have rounded up your guys to that house now and beat up that boy.
Seriously.
So do what you want others to do to you. However, this is not the end of the road for you. Okay, you were an artist before Davido signed you, and you can still continue to be an artist. Okay, yes, you might not get all those record deals and whatever, but I'm sure your career will still, you know, gradually go up as, you know, as time goes on. I mean, this is called canceling culture. You're not the first person. Taylor Swift, okay, she was cancelled as well, but look at where she is today. J.K. Rowling, okay, the same thing. She went through canceling culture. Look at where she is today. Juicy Smollett, okay,
It's still not back, yo.
Well, he's not back, but look at, you know, I'm sure as time goes on, he will build himself back up. And Scarlett Johansson as well, the same thing. So you will build yourself back up, but you need to learn from what's happened to you. That way you can, you know, you can teach other people from your experience, okay? So yeah, on that note, we're going to end it. Thank you very much for watching. Again, when this video premieres on Saturday mornings at 9:30, everybody on this panel will be there. So please join us. We have a little YouTube community on Saturday mornings at 9:30. It's fun. We're there to support each other and people from different parts of the world. Last week, Saturday, we had someone from Uganda. So I'm telling you, you know, people from all parts of the world, America, you know, there are crazy time zones and they still come to our premiere at 9:30 in the morning. So yes, let's do it. And we'll see you on Saturday morning. Thank you very much and have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye.